Hey, welcome. Today we're jumping right into the core ideas from Ryuho Okawa's really powerful book, Invincible Thinking. It's this whole philosophy designed to help you succeed no matter what's thrown at you, and we're going to break down exactly how it works. So the entire book is built on this one pretty radical idea. It basically suggests that what we call defeat isn't some external reality that happens to us. Nope. It's an internal story that we tell ourselves. And the best part is, we have the power to completely rewrite that story.
And that's really the central question this whole philosophy is asking. What if you could train your brain to see every situation, good or bad, as just another stepping stone for growth? That's what we're going to explore. All right, so here's how we'll break it all down. We're going to start with the core mindset itself, then we'll get into how to reframe challenges, look at revolutionizing your perspective, and finally, we'll cover 2 super actionable secrets to success.
Okay, let's dive right into part 1 and get a really clear idea of what invincible thinking actually is. And just a heads up, it's way more than just thinking positive thoughts. So the author defines it as this practical method for actively shaping your own future. It's not just about, hoping for the best. It's this potent combination of looking forward with ambition while also being brutally honest with yourself through self-reflection. That's what really makes it work.
The book uses this fantastic analogy. Imagine your life is like you're drilling a tunnel through a giant mountain. You're absolutely going to hit hard rock, unexpected floods, all sorts of problems. Invincible thinking isn't about pretending those obstacles aren't there. It's the dynamite and the drill that lets you blast right on through them.
So that brings us to our next section, which is all about how this philosophy completely reframes challenges. Instead of them being these big, scary problems to avoid, they actually become essential, necessary steps for your development.
And this is such a crucial idea. Think about it. If all you ever have is a string of easy wins, it can make you kind of arrogant, right? Blind to your own weaknesses. But it's the setbacks, the failures, that force you to stop, look inward, and really figure yourself out. That's where the real growth happens.
Now this slide does a great job of showing what that looks like. On the left, you've got the salesman who's just obsessed with hitting his numbers. He might be successful, sure, but he's selfish and totally disconnected. A big setback could force a guy like that to realize, hey, I'm not indispensable. That humbling experience is what can transform him into the person on the right, a true leader who gets empathy and teamwork.
And to make this really practical, the author lays out 4 clear principles for getting through any hardship. It all starts with taking total ownership, no blaming anyone else. Then you just accept the reality of it, you actively hunt for the lesson hidden inside, and finally, you tap into your own strength to move forward.
Okay, this brings us to what I think is maybe the most mind-bending idea in the entire book. Not just dealing with a problem, but actively transforming the way you see it.
We've all been here, haven't we? You're facing some dilemma where both choices feel like you're losing something. If you go with A, you miss out on B. If you pick B, you can't have A. It just feels like a trap.
Well, instead of staying stuck in that A versus B trap, the goal here is to step back and ask a totally different question. Is there a third way? Some kind of ingenious, creative solution that just dissolves the conflict altogether so you don't have to compromise. And this story just illustrates the concept perfectly. The founder of Panasonic, Konosuke Matsushita, had pretty poor health. He just couldn't work crazy long hours or micromanage everything himself. But instead of seeing this as a weakness, he invented a third alternative. He created this system that empowered his employees, delegating huge amounts of responsibility to them. His limitation literally forced him to invent a management style that was so revolutionary, it's still studied all over the world.
So the crucial point is this. That thing you think is your biggest weakness, your biggest limitation, it might actually be the very thing that's pushing you toward your most innovative breakthrough. The obstacle itself isn't the problem. The real problem is just a lack of creative thinking about the obstacle. All right, let's head into our final section where the book really boils this whole philosophy down into 2 very practical, very actionable secrets for achieving success, not just once, but continuously. So here they are. These 2 steps are basically presented as the engine that drives all progress, whether you're talking about business or just your own personal life. They seem simple on the surface, but they are incredibly powerful when you apply them consistently. So, secret number 1 is all about being observant. Always having your antenna up, trying to figure out what people truly need or want. That's where every great opportunity starts. And secret number 2 is all about momentum. The second you achieve something great, you can't stop. The biggest trap is getting complacent. You have to immediately use that success as a springboard to launch you into the next big thing.
So, to bring this all home, invincible thinking is not some magic spell for a life without failure. Not at all. It's really a commitment to making sure that no experience, whether it's a huge success, a crushing failure, or a limitation, is ever wasted. Every single thing that happens becomes raw material for your future progress.
And that right there is the final provocative thought the book leaves us with. It's a challenge, really, for us to look directly at the obstacles we think are holding us back and to ask a totally different question. What if that's not a wall at all, but a doorway to our most creative and powerful self?